Bill Gates is the co-founder of Microsoft Corporation who changed the world by revolutionizing the way we use computers. He went from dropping out of Harvard in order to start Microsoft to becoming the richest man on the planet and one of the world's biggest philanthropists with a net worth of $107.9 billion. And today we're going to learn his best advice on how you can take calculated risks. Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time!
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and every morning I give you a shot of Entspresso to help you believe in yourself more and start your day with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. Over to you, Bill Gates.
Urgency that I felt that if we didn't get Microsoft going right away, that somebody would do a great job building a software company, we won't have a chance. That probably ended up not being true, that I could have waited 2 or 3 years and the opportunity to do Microsoft still would be there. But anyway, I felt a sense of urgency. And it's not like, I still get to take courses and learn things today, things like The Learning Company, and there's all sorts of great books. So it's not like I've missed some part of my education.
Right. When you dropped out, your father and mother said, "Are you sure you know what you want to do?" If one of your children dropped out of college to start a company, what would you say?
Well, I'd have to say yes, but the dropping out is not an irrevocable decision. If you try and start a company that doesn't go well, they always let you go back. Okay. And so if you don't have, kids that you need to support, it's a very low risk thing, particularly in the culture of the United States, where trying to start something and failing is not a black mark for the rest of your life.
Oh.
Say yes. You've got an idea. Stop waiting. Stop thinking. Stop trying to make it perfect. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. The only thing you're missing is momentum, and it's time to start acting on your ideas. So I had a guy yesterday on my Instagram live show who said that he wanted to write a book. He said he started writing this book in his early 20s. He's got 30,000 words done. And I said, great, how old are you now? 28 years old. 28 years old, you've been sitting on this book for over 5 years. This is the biggest problem that so many entrepreneurs go through. You've got ideas, they're great. You've already maybe started them, but just to yourself, tinkering on the side, behind the scenes, not ever letting it see the light of day because you want it to be perfect because you're afraid that somebody's going to judge you, that it's not going to work, that nobody's going to see it, or that people are going to see it and they're going to laugh at you, and then nothing ends up happening. This is why momentum is the biggest thing that holds so many entrepreneurs back. It's because you got these great ideas, you just never put them out into the world. You need to say yes. You need to say yes to yourself, say yes to your ideas. The guy I spoke to yesterday, I said, dude, you've got 30 more books in you. Stop trying to make this book the perfect book of all time, because there's always going to be something new to add to it. Every time you come back to that manuscript, there's going to be a new idea you had. There's going to be a new vision that you want to incorporate in. And you're going to want to rip other stuff out and put new things. It's never done. It's never going to be done. Your life is never going to be done. There's no perfect ending. You just keep going. You've got 30 books inside you. 30 books inside you. But none of them are going to come out if you don't get that first one out. I told them the story about, Built to Serve, right? My latest book, you want a copy, you can just get a signed copy still right now as a link. We'll put it in the description below. My first book was this one. Let me pull it out. Your One Word. And I made a mistake in Your One Word. I love this book. This is an amazing book. Yeah, you can go pick this one up too if you want. But as I started working with people afterwards, once this came out, there's a part in this book called Your Credo, where once you figure out what your one word is, the credo is the 3 things that make it up. And I didn't give it a lot of attention in this book. I didn't give it a lot of attention. And I thought, man, if I ever do a reprint or if I ever go back to this book, I need to add an extra section in talking about the credo, how important it is. It's in here for a couple pages, but it's not what it should be, considering how important it's been to people who've actually read the book and gone through the exercises. And so in my new book, Built to Serve, I say, so I don't know where it is in here, but the biggest mistake from my first book is not having the credo section in. And so you know what? I put it in here. Right? You put it in here. You don't have to worry about writing the perfect song. Let me Let me get my OCD back on and just organize the book so that they're, you see it goes 1, 1, 1, 1, and then let's straighten them up. Let's make it happen. There we go. Now my brain feels better. I made a mistake in the first book. I didn't give it enough attention, and I addressed it then in my latest book. You can do the same thing. Don't worry about making this book perfect, this song perfect, this piece of code perfect, this website perfect, this brochure perfect, whatever you're working on, whatever the genius is that's in here, don't worry about making it perfect because it's never going to be, and get it out. And tell yourself, recognize that you've got 30 more, 50 more, 100 more, 500 more songs, books, ideas, programs, products, services in your head, in your life. You've got way more ahead of you than just this one thing right now. You need to get rid of that perfectionist gene and start building immediate momentum. Now, I've got a 3-step strategy on how to do this. But before that, if you want to learn how to have unstoppable confidence and also learn from billionaires, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
You really have to believe the internet's going to be mainstream. A lot of people are going to get out there and use it. When you have the level of success that we've had, when you have a business that's important as this with this many competitors, you're going to have people saying some nasty things. If you ask people across the United States, is the future going to be better than the past? Most say no.
Okay, how do we start taking immediate action? How do we get that perfectionism out of us so we can start building momentum? Because that's what you're missing. 3 steps, let's go. Step number 1 is idea to action. You need to teach yourself. As soon as you come up with an idea, you do something. Idea to action, idea to action, idea to action. Trust your ideas. Trust that your ideas are amazing. When you get an idea, stop thinking about all the reasons why it's not going to work out and all the resources and connections that you don't have, and instead say, what can I do with what I do have right now? The fact that it came to you, the fact that that idea came into your head means you have to go do something about it. It's one of the greatest things you can teach yourself. Most of us, what we do is we forget about the idea, we write it down in some email or some notebook that we never go back to, and your list of ideas just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And your time spent thinking just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. Nothing happens until you do something. And so teach yourself. Think right now, what's an idea that you've been sitting on? What's an idea that you want to play with? Great. Go do something immediately. Take out that thinking part in between and just take action. Step number 2 is apply the 2% difference. I love this framework. This is a framework to get you into momentum, to get you into action mode. What the 2% difference is when you first come up with an idea, you think about how to get to 100%. Here's my idea. Here's my goal. Here's where I want to take it. What's my plan to get there? This is how we spend our time, right? What's our plan to get to that goal? You want to lose weight? What's my plan to get there? You want to make $1 million? What's my plan to get there? You plan all the steps. Stop that. It's not that planning isn't important. You're just wasting your best energy on planning where you need to start investing that best energy into action. So instead of planning to get to 100%, you invest your energy into building momentum on the first 2%. The first 2% instead of planning the 100%. After you start building momentum, then you can start planning. But the first step is not planning. This might go counter to what a lot of people say. The first step, once you get an idea, is not planning. You're wasting your best energy on planning. You're gonna come up with an idea right now. Start planning. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and then say, I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy. Where instead, if you took that energy and applied it into immediate momentum, into booking a call, into committing to somebody else that you're gonna follow through, into actually doing something, then tomorrow, when you get scared again and you look at it, you say, well, I have to keep going because I took the first step, because I committed to that person and I'm gonna show up. So you have to show up. You need to force the momentum on yourself, because those ideas that come to you when you're feeling bold and inspired and powerful and amazing and confident are the best ones for you, and then your head talks you down from doing them. And you spend all this great energy on planning and 0 time on actually doing. So the 2% difference, take that idea that's in your head right now and find the 2% version of it. Just to start, what's the first step? Don't worry about the whole staircase. What is the first step that you can do right now? And don't worry about being a perfect first step. Any step to build momentum, to commit to somebody else, to take action on your idea. The 2% difference. And then step number 3 is expect to suck. Release yourself of the burden of having to be great the first time out. Why do you think you're gonna be great? Your first video is gonna suck. Go back and watch my first video from April 2009. I sucked. You should suck. If you don't suck the first time you do it, then I think you actually suck as a human. It means you should have started 5 years ago. If your first video is perfect on YouTube, you suck. You should have started 5 years ago. You waited too long. At the beginning, you fall. At the beginning, you don't know what you're doing. At the beginning, you make mistakes. It's okay. It's normal. That's what's called being a human. But we're so afraid of making a misstep at the beginning that then we don't do anything. And then you never venture out of your comfort zone. And you never create the life, the impact, the business that you want to create. And so expect to suck at the beginning, and you reward yourself, you pat yourself on the back for the effort that you're putting in every day. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is one idea that you have been sitting on for too long, not building up enough momentum on? What is that idea that you're gonna do something on today? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in a video, I wanna celebrate you. We don't just watch videos here in Believe Nation, we do something about it. Give me a hashtag Believe down in the comments as well so we can celebrate you.
My wife and I had tried to start our first business. Well, we did start our first business, and it made money, but it made very little money. It was a photography business, and that gave me that entrepreneurial drive. Like, I wanted to do it. I had a little tinge of it when I was selling for prepaid legal, and then really felt it when I was doing the photography. But I just looked at the dollars, and I'm like, this never goes anywhere. I can never make enough money. I didn't have the words to explain it, but it was because I was time for money. And you can't break the wealth equation if you're dealing in time for money. So I was like, all right, I want something more, but I don't know what that more is. And then two of the people that came through and saw me speaking about filmmaking were these two entrepreneurs. And they were the two things I'd always promised myself as a kid that I would have, is that one day I would have six-pack abs and one day I would be rich. Those were my two promises. Yeah. And that really guided my life in like a very sincere and intense way for a long time. And they come across my path. Not only are they wildly successful in business, but they're yoked. And I was like, whoa. So these guys are like, yo, we're gonna work together someday. And people would tell me that all the time. And I was like, yeah. And not really believed it. And they called and said, look, we're starting this new company, and why don't you come be a copywriter? We settle for employees, but we're always looking for partners. And you can have any role in this company that you want. You just have to become the right person for that role. And
that's really their pitch.
Yeah. And I saw him make that pitch to
everybody.
Dozens of people.
Wow.
Dozens. And nobody did anything with it. And I was like, what? Do people not see like what they're offering? And everyone was telling me, they're full of shit, dude. Like, can you not see? Like, these guys are just trying to take advantage of you. And I thought, even if they are, like, what do I have to lose exactly? Like, as long as my payroll checks are clearing and they're not doing anything unethical, I don't quite understand the risk. So everyone was like freaking out, telling me that I shouldn't do it. And I was just like, oh, wow, this seems too, like, it's too self-evident to me that I could always go back to teaching and that I might as well try this. And if it sucks, then I'll go back.
If you want to know why Warren Buffett says you need to surround yourself with good people, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.